Barak Yahawah. Barak Yahawah Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Barak Yahawah Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Barak Athah. Barak Yah. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers and doing this work, spreading this truth. Salvation to the elect. We gonna get straight into this too, man. What a shocking. The Lord ain't playing around. That's how you know this is the end times. People are getting clipped.
Rapper Pop Smoke has been shot and killed in what appears to be a home invasion robbery here in Los Angeles. So we know around 4:30 this morning, two men wearing masks and hoodies broke into a Hollywood Hills home, firing several shots, including a fatal one that hit Pop Smoke. We obtained video of paramedics taking him out of the house, performing life-saving measures, and we know he was then transported to a hospital where he was later pronounced dead. As of right now, police do not have any suspects, and it's unclear if the men had any connection with Pop Smoke himself. We're told one man was taken.
Gonna leave it at that, I mean, me and my girl, fringes, of course. But anyways, me and my girl, we was just talking about this earlier, Actually, a couple days ago, I got a message from my brother on one of these social medias, and he in the message he had said to me, this caught me off. Wow. He had said, "What happened to you?" I uploaded a picture of me before camp, and he was like, "What happened to you? Who you been around?" And I'm like, all that could go through my head is, damn, homie, in high school you was the man, homie. But I'm like, you can't use that on me. But it kind of hit me because it's like, oh, okay. So you think, because I still got the same, I really still got, if we're talking about like financially, I still have the same lifestyle I had before I got in the truth. Probably actually a little bit better because I've been blessed with the truth and blessed with knowledge, knowing how to handle different things. So really nothing changed. The Lord still has kept me comfortable and blessed me. I'm blessed to have that, But at the same time, what I noticed is because I wasn't shining. I wasn't, in the streets flaunting it. So they thought you fell off because of that, because you're not shining. And I had to break it down to my girl. I'm like, my wife. I'm like, you don't want to be the brightest star, because you don't always want to be the king, because the king has everybody gunning for him. The king doesn't last that long, unless you're a powerful king like King David, King Solomon, of course, an Israelite king. But other than that, the king really don't last that long because you got everybody gunning for that spot. You the most noticeable. The man that lasts the longest is high ranking, but he's not all the way at the top. He's in the background. He's living good, but I was telling her, I was like, you don't always want to be the brightest star, because look, if there's travelers out there, let's just talk about V in space. If there's travelers out there, what's the first star they gonna look at? The one that's shining the brightest. And if they can use that star, they gonna go there and use that star up, and eventually it's like gonna go out because it's gonna get used up. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's no problem being a dim star. Just like when you think about the heavens where the Lord is at. The spirit world where the Lord is at. That's the brightest and most glorious thing ever, but we can't see it. It's the most glorious thing ever created, but we can't see it. You see what I'm saying? It's not shining right in front of our faces. We can't see it. But even though it is the best, and it is at the top, and it is the most glorious thing, we can't see it. You see, I've seen the most glorious things you can't always just have access to be able to see. You like diamonds. You don't just see diamonds just laying on the top of the ground, just shining, like trees are just sitting there. You got to go underground and look through dirt and dig, and you got to go through hell to try to find a diamond. And then when you polish it, it shines. You see what I'm saying? So you don't always want to be the brightest star out there, especially when you're talking about these streets, man. You want to be meek and humble, especially when you're talking about this truth. The Lord tells you, be meek and humble. Don't always be out there on the forefront. You're trying to be the top guy. You're trying to, go the hardest in the paint. You don't want to do that because you ain't going to last long. A lot of people going to come for you. A lot of things going to come for you. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna last long. We got to give honors to our apostles that do take those positions, because that's a hard position to take. Every man is not meant to take that. And even if you is meant to take that, it don't mean that you're meant to take that now. Learn first. And then when you get your chance to be in that position, you could you could go ahead and get it done the right way. You see what I'm saying? Like King Solomon, one of the greatest kings of all time, but that's because he came behind King David. He had a lot to look to. You know, he always referenced King David, King David, King David, King David. You see what I'm saying? He always referenced King David because he learned a lot. He had all the wisdom. You see what I'm saying? So you wanna play that role. You don't always want to be the brightest. Because this game is not about, and I say this 100 times, even before I came in the truth, I always knew this. I always was very witty. I always knew this. This game of life, even if you're talking about the streets, because I come from that. This game of the life, streets, anything is never about who's the most flashiest. It's not about who's getting it the most. It's about who lasts the longest. I always knew that since a little boy. This game is about who lasts the longest. You want to be that old man picking up your grandchildren from school, and you there, and you see a young kid, and you able to step and be like, let me tell you something, youngin. Let me correct you real quick. You want to be that old man that's still around. You don't want to be the man that the old man when everybody get old and they like, what happened to so and so? Oh, he passed away, girl. Yeah, he got killed in a robbery. Or he in jail doing hard time. He ain't never getting out. You don't want them to say that about you. Even when it comes to the street standpoint, even when it comes to this to this truth in the Bible, it says. So we go jump to Matthew chapter 24. Let's just start at verse 12, because Pop Smoke just got killed, right? They say it's a home invasion. And because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. They love wax cold, man. Jealousy, which is iniquity. They had jealousy in their heart, envy, and you know, they looked at him because he was the brightest star. See, he was the brightest star, like I said. So who did they go for? The brightest star that they could see or in their area. That's who they went for. That guy never lasts. Verse 13 is the point, though. But he that should endure into the end, the same shall be saved. You have to endure to the end, man. How do you endure to the end? By being meek. By being holy, man. By not being at the top spot, not always trying to shine the brightest, because that's the spot that everybody's going to gun for when you're doing that. So you got to be very meek in this, you know? Like it said, what did it say? You have to endure to the end. Look, here go James 3 verse here. Verse 13. Who is a wise man and adored with knowledge among you? So who is a wise man and adored with knowledge among you? The apostles of Great Millstone. All the brothers of Great Millstone. And other camps too. You know, all Israelite brothers that's in this truth doing its work. Let him sue out a good conversation, his works with meekness and wisdom. Pop Smoke wasn't suing out a good conversation, his works with meekness and wisdom. He had no wisdom in his lyrics. He wasn't meek in his lyrics. He was talking about jewelry, woman, you know, being the hottest, the king of his city. You know, niggas say they outside. You see what I'm saying? Air them out when we slide or something like that. You know what I mean? That's not meek. That's taunting. That's beefing, indirect beefing, taunting the hood, riding around in fancy cars. You made it now. And your lyrics is talking about niggas say they outside. You see what I'm saying? You taunting the people, and you never know who's sitting back, licking their lips like he don't even know. I know where he stay at. He don't even know that. And he want to keep talking all this mess. You know what I mean? I'm finna go get him. Because they jealous or they just need the money. And they show up unexpected. You never know it, never see it come. And now we got a Pop Smoke dead. The Lord taking these athletes and these entertainers out left and right now. That's how you know this is the end time, man. We getting blessed. We getting the curses taken off of us as Israel. And he's putting the curses on the 2/3. He's putting the curses on the other nations. They getting took out left and right now. I told my wife about that. I said, man, when Kobe had died, I said, man, it's that time. Every other day we wake up, we gonna hear about a new entertainer getting killed. We gonna hear about that every other time we wake up because it's just that time. For where, this is verse 16, for where envy and strife is, there is confusion and evil in every evil work. Killing, robbing, stealing, envy. You know, the person that robbed them probably envied them. And they did an evil work, a very, very evil work. And they got him done. I mean, he was hot. He was hot, right? He ain't hot no more. It's over with. You see what I'm saying? And what did he go out being known for? This hip hop stuff? Did he go out being known for the Lord? No, that's why he went out. Like the scripture said, he that endureth to the end. He didn't get to endure to the end, you know. So you just gotta still be blessed. Like you a player on a board on a game. You ain't been kicked out the game yet. You ain't been kicked out the game. You still here. So you still enduring to the end. You see what I'm saying? You still enduring to the end. So that's what it's about. Here, let me damn, what did I see? Oh yeah. Let's get let's get the classic. You still adoring to the end. The Lord said you gotta adore to the end if you want to be saved. So we gonna go through a lot. We gonna go through it all. Fighting. Matter of fact, this is Zechariah 13 about the 2/3. Y'all know this one. Starting at verse 7. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd and against the man that is my fellow. Say the Lord of hosts. This talking about Israelites, the man, my fellow. Smite the shepherd, right? And the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little ones, right? And it should come to pass that in the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein, right? So two-thirds are going to be cut off of Israel. People that's worried about the wrong things, that's not in this truth, not bringing these scriptures out, that seem like they got all the glory, seem like they the kings of the earth right now. They popping all the baddest women. They wearing all the top jewelry. They taking all the exotic vacations. They making all the money, living in all the mansions. You might start to, if you going off a little bit, you might start to envy them. You might start to look at them and say, man, they wicked, but look what they got. Damn, look at the woman he had. I ain't never seen a booty like, you see what I'm saying? You might start to say that, but then you got to step back and just continue doing this work and let the Lord do his work, and you see them, they getting taken out left and right while you still here enduring to the end. So who's really blessed? Who's really blessed? Two-thirds are going to die for not wanting to get down with this truth, not choosing a side. You know what I mean? Not doing this work, not repenting, not confessing their sins, not following the laws, statutes, and commandments. You see what I'm saying? A lot of they scriptures talking about, a lot of they videos and songs talk about taking another brother woman and popping her. You see what I'm saying? Fornication, just for out here just jumping from woman to woman to woman to woman and not wifing none of them. Talk about selling drugs. That's sinning. That's sinning. And the Lord's taking them out. Why? Like I said, you brothers is in the truth doing this work. Y'all still here. Adoring to the end. Right? Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God. So we gonna have to go through some fire too. But the only difference is if one of us die, we martyrs. We got a crown waiting for us right away. If one of us get done. But we gonna have to go through the fire too. It's gonna come a time where where we ain't gonna be so comfortable no more. The Lord ain't gonna be having that shield and those angels protecting us, sitting there right there no more. He might. But there's gonna come a time, like the scriptures say, that we're gonna be refined through the gold. We're gonna be like gold refined through the fire. We're gonna have to go through the fire. We're gonna be out here ducking left and right, trying to survive. You know what I mean? Trying to find food. You know what I mean? Trying not to be killed. Just still trying to keep the commandments while all this turmoil going on. Trying not to catch the viruses. We gonna have to go through that. We already been going through that since we came over here, probably before that. And we gonna have to continue going through that because we're gonna have to endure to the end. But what happens when that gold endures to the end after it's been refined to fire? It shines, baby. And if that's what it's all about, it's shining. There's gonna come a time where the Israelite man gonna shine more than any man has ever walked on this earth. The righteous, the 1/3. We gonna shine, baby. That's what it's all about. They want to shine right now in Esau kingdom. But you see what's happening to them? It could be taken away just like that. The IRS could come and take every car, every dollar that you got in your bank, every house that you got. And then the woman gonna flee after that. They could come take all that and just put it on hold without you being found guilty of anything before court even start. Court could last 3-4 years and your stuff on hold. So how can you really shine in this kingdom? Even if you is a rich man. And in our kingdom, even before we get to the kingdom, we gonna shine. 7 women, Isaiah 4:1, 7 women should take a hold of 1 man. We gonna be seeked out. They gonna be looking for us, man. We gonna shine, baby. But right now, we just being meek and humble, because being meek and humble is how you last, and that's how you endure to the end. That's how you endure to the end. Damn, I'm missing that verse. What is that verse? You know? Oh yeah, right here. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 7. The Lord maketh No. I want to start at verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. So the Lord killed Pop Smoke, because the Lord is Pop Smoke could have got hit 100 times. If the Lord didn't want him to die, he would still be on this earth right now. So for him to lose his life, for Kobe to lose his life, that's because the Lord took them out, man. He brung them down to the grave, and he bringeth up from the grave. You know, the Lord maketh poor and he maketh rich. But what about the poor? Because we might be the poor right now. He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dug hill. That's us right now. To set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. Let's finish the verse, because that's a great verse. For the pillars of earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them, right? So you might say Pop Smoke was the rich and we was the poor. So did that mean that the Lord make us the poor and he made him rich? Yeah, but the Lord also killed him and he made us alive. But the point is, in verse 8, the Lord rises up the poor out the dust. We the meek, we the humble. No matter how much money you got on this lower level, you really consider poor. If you ain't got no palace, if you ain't got jets, if you ain't got billions of dollars, if you ain't got $1 million at least, you still consider poor in this world. You might not know it. You might think because you got income tax back and you got $5,000-$10,000 that you balling, but really you still poor, man. Because everything you own could be taken away from you. But the Lord, we might be the poor, we might be the meek of the earth right now, but what the Lord say he gonna do, he gonna lift us up out of that dust like diamonds in the dust, right? He gonna polish us. He gonna lift up the beggar. He gonna set us among princes. We gonna be princes. We gonna get those crowns. We gonna be princes under Yahawah. Yahawah is a prince under Yahawah. Yahawah is a king over us, and we're gonna be kings over the nations. You see what I'm saying? So yes, we're kings and princes at the same time. Yahawah is a king. He's a prince at the same time. You see what I'm saying? And because the Lord going to let us inherit the throne of glory. So what's glory? Glory is shining. You know, in slang, in hip hop slang today, glory is shining, baby. So who's going to shine the most at the end of the day? You know, endure to the end. Barak Yahawah Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahawah Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Barak Yah, Barak Atha. You know, continue doing this work. You know, salvation to the elect.